It's All Sports Journal again for our first podcast in a month, and today we're just gonna be bouncing around, having a good time. Bouncing around different sports, not really going any particular way, but yeah. So Mason, do you have anything you want to open up with?
No.
Yeah,
I have things, but I'm not gonna open it up with.
I don't. I mean, should we start talking about NFL division races? Alright. So. Alright. So, this is how it's gonna go. We're gonna go through the 8 divisions in the NFL. We're gonna do the AFC, then the NFC. And then we're just gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about what team can shockingly win the division, which teams can which teams are gonna win the division, which teams are gonna finish last. Who knows? We're gonna have a fun time. This might be one of our longest podcasts, but I mean we've only had like 4 other ones. But all right, starting off in the AFC East, who's gonna win it?
Hold on.
It's the Patriots.
Okay.
The Patriots are winning.
Patriots.
It's the Patriots.
Then I think it'd go.
It's Patriots, Bills, Jets, Dolphins. Possibly Dolphins take over Jets. I think the Dolphins aren't that bad of a team.
They'll beat the Patriots.
Yeah, they're gonna.
At home.
Yeah.
New York with Le'Veon.
Shut up about Le'Veon.
That's not gonna work out. It's just one player.
You're just a salty Steelers fan. NFC West: Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders.
What'd you say?
Please don't throw my phone.
I didn't throw it. I tossed it.
Okay. This is not ideal podcast conditions. Broncos, Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. Raiders finishing last. Okay? They're the worst team in the NFL. And then it's probably going to be the Broncos. And then the Chargers. And then this year's Super Bowl champions, the Chiefs. I said it, guys. The Chiefs are winning the Super Bowl.
No.
Oh, okay. What do you want to say? What do you want to say, Mason?
First, I'm going to say Kansas City wins the division.
Obviously.
Then Chargers. Then Oakland. Then Denver.
That's simply wrong.
Is it?
Yes, that's why I said it was wrong. They aren't good. The Raiders are practically the same team as they were last year. Derek Carr's not gotten any better. Antonio Brown is a horrible player now, in my opinion. I don't think he's going to be the same player he was at Pittsburgh.
At least you can name players on that team. Name 3 people on Denver.
Phillip Lindsay, Von Miller, Joe Flacco. Boom.
Joe Flacco?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh. He got traded there for like a 6th and a 7th round pick, I think.
Already?
Uh-huh.
That was quick.
Yep. Alright, AFC North. This is Mason's favorite. Mason is a Steelers fan. And so he should know a lot about this conference. Or division. He should know his way around it. If I need to remind you, this is the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, and Steelers. In my opinion, there are 3 teams that can win this. Obviously, Ravens, Browns, Steelers. Browns, 2 years ago, obviously, back of the pack. This year, Browns could potentially make a deep playoff run. Could potentially go to the AFC Championship. I'm not saying they're winning the Super Bowl. I don't think they have the talent yet. If they get one more superstar in there, maybe. Steelers can win it. I mean, obviously with the loss of Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell, it's less likely to happen. Ravens, Lamar Jackson learns to actually throw the ball sometimes and not just run it when he's in certain situations. They could win it, in my opinion. Mason, what is your take?
Of course, we don't even have to worry about Cincinnati doing anything. They're in the
I
back.
don't know. Cincinnati could
No.
beat the Steelers. And I'm not just saying that because you're a Steelers fan.
No.
I'm genuinely saying
They're gonna win.
the Bengals can indeed finish above the Steelers if they play right.
No, I think Kansas City.
I know
not
I'm
Kansas City.
sounding stupid.
Cincinnati.
Bengals can finish.
They'll only get like 2 or 3 wins
Who?
the entire season.
Who?
Cincinnati.
I don't know. I think they'll pick up like 5.
Then Baltimore, then Cleveland, then Pitt.
How I see it, Bengals. This is not like my outlandish opinion. This is just what I think is going to happen. Bengals last, Steelers third, Ravens second, Browns first. Browns can win. The Browns could probably win 10 games this season. Because look what Baker Mayfield did without Odell and Jarvis Landry. Finished with, what record was it? A 7-8-1? That's a pretty good record. It's not a great record. It's still a losing record, but it's still a pretty good record. It's just below 500. AFC South, final team in the AFC. Texans, Colts, Jags, and Titans. Who do you got?
With Colts losing Luck.
Yeah, I think we should bring that up later about Luck, because that's just, I don't even know what I should say about it, but that's a topic of discussion.
I think Houston will win the division, then Jacksonville, then Tennessee, then the Colts in last.
Do you really think the Colts are going to finish last?
Yes.
Wow. Okay. That's, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's how it's going to work. The Titans, if Marcus Mariota,
I mean, right now in preseason,
the
Indianapolis
Titans
is
have
0-3.
no help. They have 2 superstars, Derrick Henry, Marcus Mariota. I'm not even including Marcus Mariota in that discussion. No one really cares about Marcus Mariota. This is what I think is going to happen. Texans first, Jaguars second, Colts third, Titans last.
I'm not going to agree with that.
Because Texans, and I think I've said this in a previous podcast, they can be Super Bowl winners within the next 5 to 10 years. They have the squad, they have the depth, they can do it. If J.J. Watt makes another great return, they could honestly win the Super Bowl this year. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Colts, huge loss in losing Andrew Luck. And the Jaguars, they have Nick Foles as their QB now. It'll be interesting to see how he goes with that. Titans, nothing really special. The Titans weren't the team that made the playoffs 2 years before. National Football Conference, NFC East, we're starting off. Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Redskins. Who's finishing this division?
When we get there. Which one?
NFC East.
I think Dallas will win the division.
Okay.
Then Philly, then New York, then Washington.
This is my take. Cowboys, if they don't get Zeke if they can't get Zeke back within the first 4 games of the season, which I bet they will, they're definitely not winning. Zeke is the only reason that team's still making playoffs. Zeke, he's, in my opinion, a little overrated. And I'm not just saying that because I don't like the Cowboys very much. I'm just saying he's not I don't like him. I don't like. He just runs for 2 yards, and then sometimes runs for 4 or 5, and they get the first down and they get the touchdowns. Giants, I don't know. Daniel Jones is looking pretty good, and I know it's just preseason, but again, his plays were like pretty good. And it would have been interesting to see how he played with Odell. But of course we can't see that. But they're probably still going to start Eli and finish 3-13 again. Eagles, I'm sorry, but the reign is over. It's not good anymore. Redskins, bad choice maybe picking Dwayne Haskins. I don't know. Daniel Jones was definitely the QB of this preseason, in my opinion. Of the rookie class, in my opinion. So, this is how I'm saying it. If the Cowboys get Zeke within the first 4 weeks of the regular season, Cowboys win in the division, Eagles second, Giants third, Redskins last. If the Cowboys don't get them within the first 4 weeks, Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, Redskins. Mason, did you already say yours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. NFC West. This is where my team, 12th man Seahawks, the 49ers, the Rams, and the Cardinals. What do you think about this?
Seattle will win.
Over the Rams. Huh. Okay.
The Rams are last.
I'm a Seahawks fan,
preseason.
and I still don't think the Seahawks are going to win the league.
At least last in preseason right now in their division. Doesn't mean anything for normal season, but then Rams, then San Francisco, then Arizona.
Everyone's hyping up Jimmy G, and he's not that good. He's not. Cardinals now have Kyler Murray. In my opinion, Daniel Jones was still better than him. And Daniel Jones was picked way higher than he should have gone. This is my final. Rams first, Seahawks second, Cardinals third, 49ers last. Every toxic 49ers fan. I'm saying there's still some good 49ers fans, but they're still pretty toxic. Thinking Jimmy G's gonna have a great year. They're gonna cruise right into that playoff spot, finish like 12-4, and they're not. They're not even gonna make the playoffs. Most likely gonna finish the bottom of that, maybe of the conference. NFC North: Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings. This is in my opinion the division where honestly anybody could get it. If Matthew Stafford starts playing like he's getting paid, they could make the playoffs. They could win their division. Bears are most likely going to win it. Aaron Rodgers isn't going to be that great, in my opinion. He's getting old, and I don't think he's an ageless wonder like Tom. Vikings, I don't know. Still could make the playoffs. Don't think they're going to win it, though. Mason, what do you think?
I'm just going to go of what the preseason saying is Minnesota, Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit.
I think Bears, Packers, Vikings, Lions. Again, Vikings and Packers can switch. I'm sorry if I'm clapping a lot, but I'm really passionate. NFC South, final division. This one is also another one, well, minus the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are finishing last. That's just logic. Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Buccaneers. Mason, what are your takes?
Saints over it all.
Okay.
Then Carolina, Atlanta, Tampa Bay.
I think this is a real test of Drew Brees. This is to see if he can still put up the numbers at how old he is. So, I'd be surprised if the Saints won it. The Saints have a good core, but I don't know. They need to start trying to figure out QB options in the future.
Right now, Atlanta have played all 4 of their games the preseason, lost all of them. 3 home, 1 away. So,
this is the tricky thing with preseason. Because with preseason,
it's not.
well, no,
right.
Falcons haven't played all 4 games. They've played 3 games of preseason and they played in the Hall of Fame game. So that counts as 1. Panthers finishing 3rd. Buccaneers 4th, as I previously said. Saints 2nd, Falcons 1st. I think the Saints can still get a playoff berth, though. I think, in terms of seconds, it's going to be Saints and Seahawks that get the playoff berth. So, what else we want to talk about? Oh, yeah, Andrew Luck's retirement. Mason, do you have anything to say on that? He's shaking his head no. Because it's not a visual podcast. It's just an audio podcast. So, I think the amount of stress these players are under is just immense. And it's just, like, there needs to be more talk about professional athletes going through, like, mental health, physical health. Because Andrew, half of it was because of injuries last year, and half of it was stress from playing in the NFL. I think it's a really sad thing. Andrew Luck was a great QB. If he comes back, it'll be great. But, yeah. Mason, are there any other points you want to talk about?
Not in the NFL.
What? No?
No.
Can you talk louder? Because I go back and listen to it, and then I can't hear what you're saying.
No.
Okay. That's a little obnoxious. What else? What else can we bring up? What's happening in the NHL? Not that much.
Will Marner play next season? Will Line play next season? Ouch.
I mean, I bet Lonnie's gonna get a team.
Line's definitely.
Lonnie's gonna get a team before the start of the season. Marner, though, I don't know.
Marner.
I've never seen you do that. You're just like, Marner? Yeah.
Marner,
what were you going to say about Marner?
Did great last year. How much? He had like 94 points or something like that. Led the team in points. So, I mean, Line got not even on the top 50. Literally got like.
Ooh, I got a hot
50
take.
Or 60
I got a hot take. This is not just because you're a Penguins fan. I'm not trying to get on your nerves, but I'm gonna say this. Sidney Crosby is not the best player in the NHL. Really.
Who is?
Connor McDavid. If Connor McDavid was on an actually good team, he would be one of the best players of the decade. But guess what? That didn't happen. He got drafted by the Edmonton Oilers. And you know what that means? Your career is dead. At least in this age. I hate it when people say Connor McDavid's overrated, because he's not. He's one of the best players in the NHL. Actually, the best player in the NHL. I don't even think Sidney Crosby's the second best player in the league. I see it as Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov, Sidney Crosby. It's not Sidney Crosby. Mason, who are the top 3 players in the NHL right now?
I mean, I would say it, but I'm not.
What?
I'm not gonna say it.
What are you gonna say?
I'm not gonna say.
Say it to
That
our
would be-
7 fans.
That would be. The reason why I'm not gonna say it is because it would ruin our top 50 countdown. So you'll have to wait.
Oh crap, you're right.
You'll have to
Yeah,
wait.
Mason's doing the top 50 NHL. I'm doing top 50 NFL.
That's why I'm not gonna say it.
Okay.
But you've seen the list
I actually don't know what the list is.
because all the names are actually.
I don't
spelled out.
remember.
I don't even have McDavid
Oh yeah,
on the
hold
top
on,
3.
hold on.
I'll tell you
What
that.
do you think is gonna happen in Arizona with Phil Kessel and the Coyotes?
Coyotes will make the playoffs.
That is a fact, ladies and gentlemen.
Even if they didn't have Kessel and still had Galchenyuk, I think they'd still make the playoffs.
Hey, how many Penguins are in your top 50 list?
I don't know. 3, 4.
Hold on, I want to see how many there are. That was like a genuine question. I wasn't doing like a gotcha. I was actually wondering. Because I feel like there's a heavy amount.
There's 4,
There's 4 Penguins.
not including Kessel.
But at the time you made the list, was Kessel on the
No.
Penguins? So, I mean,
But I'm pretty sure, Tampa
well, why
Bay is
don't you say it to? Why don't you let the people who are listening to the podcast find out the top 3 early? Because they put in their time to listen to this podcast. Listen, 22 minutes in.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. And one thing only. I'm not saying the list, but I'll tell you this. Connor McDavid is in my number 4 spot.
Connor McDavid's in your number 4 spot.
Yes.
Oh my god. No, you are so wrong. Well, who's the player that takes up the top 3?
I'm not gonna tell you that.
Who's the player? That's
That would
not
be
Nikita Kucherov.
That would be spoiling, right?
Is it Ovechkin?
I'm not gonna show you. That'd be spoiling.
You sent me the list, so I can just go back on our DMs and try to find it.
Yeah. I don't even remember the guy's name.
What rookie this year is going to have a breakout season? NHL still. Cole Caulfield, he just scores. I think that player, Trevor Zegras, who was signed or who was drafted by the Ducks, he's looking pretty good.
What about Kako?
Yeah. I think Subban might take a little spotlight away from Hughes, but
I mean, Taylor Hall, he's just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so good. I'm so good." When he first came in the league, and I think it's gonna be the same for Hughes. He's gonna be
what
like,
was that?
I don't know. It's on my knee.
You just flicked it at my forehead.
I think he'll do good, but not as good.
You see, this podcast is way more relaxed than all the other ones. This one,
New Jersey needs a better goaltender.
they really do.
Corey Schneider.
Schneider.
Shh.
Okay, stop.
No, I just like seeing it go up.
Okay.
Corey Schneider. Yeah, he's not good. He's not a good goaltender. At least for the Black past season.
big thanks to Zach Boychuk for following us on our Twitter. I actually knew that name before, and I was like, wait, that's not the real account. And then I checked, and it was verified. And I got a little happy. What other hot takes do we have in the world of the NHL? Mason?
Hold on. There he is. Okay.
By the way, make sure to follow us on Twitter. Got it yesterday. We're going to be putting a lot more news-related stuff on there. Mason, take it away. What?
You want me to take this away?
No, take it. Just take it away.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm thinking of something to take
What was
this
a
away.
hot take? Did you have a hot take? No. We didn't really plan this podcast very well. Who is the best goaltender in the league? Besides Vasilevsky.
I don't even have Vasilevsky.
In your top 50 list.
No, he's there, but he's not the best goaltender. I don't think he's the second. Because stats show...
Imagine putting Vasilevsky ahead of Connor McDavid. Wait, is that what you did?
No.
Okay, I was about to say.
Vasilevsky is in my 36th spot.
That's
stats.
just...
Stats
That
wise.
is wrong.
Stats...
Because he's a goalie, he's not...
No, stats-wise and goaltending.
I know, but still!
Best goaltender
He's not the 36th best player in the league! That's just wrong! He's at least top 10.
Guess what?
What? What?
Guys, get ready for,
I feel like Mason could have just put players in alphabetical order and no one would notice.
What, Ethan? You know what?
What? Can we please not
I don't
podcast?
think Cam Newton is the 19th best player in the league. I don't think Todd Gurley is the 20th best player in the league. He should be the 17th best player in the league. Because
tell me
because
the 16
he's
players
better
were.
than Cam Newton and Saints runner guy and
Saints runner guy.
and Christian McCarthy. I think he should be in the 30s.
McCaffrey?
He does not
Was that
he does not deserve the 17th spot. I think Juju Smith-Schuster should be number 1.
Well, that's a little biased.
That is a lie.
Even you know, like, Juju.
Michael Thomas. Like, who the crap is this guy? I don't know. Maybe he should be in the 13th spot because that's his number.
The highest paid wide receiver in the league.
13.
That's who he is.
That's actually a good ranking.
Who was it? Please tell me.
J.J. Watt.
Yeah, J.J. Watt is the 13th best player in the league. I know. I'm an analyst.
Oh.
I don't think that was the word. An
Yeah,
analyst.
but I don't think
an analyst.
I don't
There it
think
was.
no, I can't pronounce that name. I don't think Dak Prescott should be that. Should say high. I think he should be in the teens.
That you think?
I
put Dak Prescott on the list.
I think Odell
just
Beckham.
Because then Cowboys
I think
fans
Odell
wouldn't
Beckham
get
should be
angry at.
number 14.
What? Where was he on my ranking?
25.
Your list isn't that much better. You have Connor McDavid as number 4.
I think Zach Ertz should be in the 20s. Le'Veon Bell shouldn't even be on this list because he didn't
my ears.
He didn't even freaking play last season.
Who?
Le'Veon Bell.
Still.
I
So
think
did Aaron
Travis
Rodgers.
Kelce
Didn't
should
play
be-
most of last season. He's
I think
number 8. That's a little surprise.
I
That's
think
been
Kelsey should be
unreleased.
in the 20s. Nick Foles should be a lot
Okay, now it's just turned into
lower.
what Ethan has done wrong on his list.
You know what a good
Can we
ranking is?
actually do like actual?
I like how you put James Conner at 48 and Le'Veon Bell at like 1.
No, he's not at my number 1 spot.
I'm kidding. It's
Because my
37.
number 1 spot, my top 10 is actually a good top 10.
Thanks for watching the ASJ podcast, and we'll see you next time.
Hey, Mason just got angry, because he knew I was right. So,
I don't think Joey Bosa should be at the number 44 spot.
Can you shut up? I'm doing my closing.
I
Okay, make sure to follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube, like this video if you want to. Mason, please stop. Okay, we're ending it now. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry I had to end this way. See you next time. There's only gonna be like 2 more episodes in this podcast, but goodbye.